Hello, this is Supernorn from Robust Games. I'm one of the two artists on the game. The other is Synth Orange. You probably would have seen some examples of his work last week with the medical stuff. That was his stuff. This week I've been doing machinery, mostly computers, that kind of thing. Hopefully I'll have an example. I'm going to try to do a time lapse of a computer I'm going to work on from beginning to end, so you can kind of see my work process. It'll probably be a bit messy, but we'll see how it goes. But while I'm here, you'll probably notice I've got Photoshop open, not the game. This is where I do most of the actual graphical work before I put it into the game, straight up in here. But yeah, what I can show you is these computers. They're kind of 60s themed, kind of retro-ish. That's kind of the art style I'm trying to push for. It's maybe been a bit too subtle before, but now we're starting to get the bigger stuff in. I can really push that style. Obviously it's not actually going to be set in the past, it's going to be more of a retro future kind of style. So yeah, it still looks cool with the magnetic tapes, that sort of thing, and the big bulky computer. But yeah, I just like that style. Another thing we're actually planning on having in the game are glow maps, so we can actually overlay those over certain sprites with like lights, that sort of thing. So when the lights go out, those little lit bits will actually stay lit up. So I'll show you, got a little example here. So as you can see, even though the shadow is, the lights have gone out, you kind of got that brightness still, and that is a really cool effect. Quite happy with that. Of course you kind of move it around. Whoa! Brilliant. Okay, so let's get going with the drawing, shall we?